Hi guys, Dennis here from Anti-Gravity Media. Today I want to talk to you about my experience using the Phantom 4 and the Mavic Air, the pros and cons, and which one is what I think more suitable for a specific task. Like a lot of people, I was hesitant in buying the Mavic Air at first. I already owned the Phantom 4 for 2 years, and being used to Lightbridge, going back to the Wi-Fi connection felt as a bit of a drawback. What kept appealing to me, however, was its portability and the 100 Mbit video recording. I also considered upgrading to the Phantom 4 Pro with the 1-inch sensor, but since the Phantom 4 still suited my needs and I don't do lots of zooming on my footage in post or fly in low light conditions, I felt it a necessary upgrade for now. What got me convinced eventually was its weight and the fact that a lot of regulations do not apply to drones below 0.5 kilograms. So I took the plunge and ordered the Onyx Black Mavic Air Fly More combo. I never considered purchasing the regular Mavic Air because I got pretty used to having a Phantom with 3 batteries and the 1.5 hours of flight time that come with it. And since the Mavic's battery only lasts 15 minutes, I wanted to play it safe, and I'm glad I did. So what happened next? I received the package about 1 week after I ordered it, as it was still not available in the Netherlands at the time. Since then, it was the only drone I flew for about 1.5 months. I went on some hiking trips with my girlfriend and I was pleased about how easy it was carrying this thing around. No more walking around with a big backpack, no more finding a safe spot to take off of, putting the propellers on, putting the iPad on the remote, connecting the long clumsy lightning cable, etc. I know it's not the end of the world, but when walking is the main activity and not flying, being able to just fold out a drone and fly it really beats an annoying long setup. For hiking purposes or any outdoor activity to which a drone is fun to have around, but not a planned flight mission, this thing is unbeatable. Does this mean the Phantom 4 is out of the picture? No, not by a long shot. I only won't be taking it on a hike anytime soon. So what about the signal strength we are also worried about? The short answer to that: it depends. The signal of the Mavic Air is good as long as you have lots of open space, fly across open water, stay away from too much Wi-Fi interference, do not go beyond 300 to 500 meters in an urban area, don't need to fly behind buildings or trees. I live across a field and I find that I can just reach the end of it, which is about 300 meters from my house due to Wi-Fi interference from the surrounding houses. As I reach the end of the field, I experience a loss in the video link, but also controls from the remote are delayed. The best thing to do in that kind of situation is let go of the sticks, turn around step by step until you have your home point back on the screen, and then fly back as soon as possible. Out in the open, I've noticed the Air will fly up to 1200 meters without any problem. The Phantom, on the other hand, has no issues whatsoever flying in the same location, although it will switch bands every so often. What about video quality? In the video recording department, the Mavic Air beats the Phantom hands-on, as long as there is enough light, which is due to the smaller lens. When flying fast, or if there's lots of movement in the image, like for instance grass or waves of the water, the 100 Mbit recording really helps in getting a sharper image than when using the 60 of the Phantom. In stills, or when filming low movement shots, both cameras are nearly identical. the Phantom tending to record a little brighter on the same settings due to the before mentioned lens size. Next, I want to talk about handling. I didn't use the Phantom for over 2 months and only flew the Mavic Air to get a good feel of it and to see what it was capable of. The Mavic Air is fast and is very responsive to the sticks, but can also be flown very precise. What I did notice was its braking distance, which felt longer than that of the Phantom. I tend to fly backwards a lot and must admit, having those sensors to help you really make you feel more comfortable. Especially when you can't really tell from sight as how far the object behind you is still away from you. So then I took out the Phantom again, and the first thing that came to mind after flying the first couple of meters was, this feels much more premium than the Mavic. The bigger screen, the more feel you have in the sticks of the big remote, the throttle response, and I admit, having light bridge makes you feel you can fly for miles and miles. The Phantom really feels like a more pro tool than the Mavic. It also feels bigger and that you have to be more careful with it. This then can be an endless discussion as to which one is the preferred one. Me, I like them both and will assign them to different tasks. I recommend using the Mavic Air for trips, keeping a low profile, flying in tight spaces, flying nearby, semi-professional shots when you're alone on the job. If you really want to rely on the sensors, then all you need to worry about is getting the best shots. I recommend using the Phantom 4 for great distances, low light shots, fast scenes like chasing a car or fast object, professional shots when somebody is directing the video, as the iPad helps for more visibility. If you have to wait for a shot to appear, or if you have to cover a great distance to reach the subject and you don't want to be worrying about being able to flying home again, the Phantom 4 is the way to go. So that's it. That's my opinion about the Mavic Air versus the Phantom 4. I hope you liked it, and if you did, hit that subscribe button. Until next time.